Go to New York Jets. Jets come in 19 in the composite. PFF gives an A, like their draft relative to other to draft slot. Is this one that you did like, or were you pushing back against this a little bit yesterday? Can't remember. This one was fine. Yeah, so all the players drafted relative to the consensus board. A couple weird ones in there, doubling up at running back with two running backs in their top 5 picks. They had the number 10 overall pick. We had theorized Brock Bowers as the choice there. They had that opportunity. They instead decided to trade down and then didn't pick him again. They take Olu Fashanu out of Penn State, a guy that we both really like at tackle. A third rounder, Malachi Corley, receiver out of Western Kentucky. The 2 running backs, as we mentioned, Braylon Allen out of Wisconsin, and then Isaiah Davis out of South Dakota State in the 4th and 5th round, respectively. They did get Quantez Stiggers, the cornerback out of the CFL, who's an intriguing story. And then Jordan Travis, the developmental quarterback out of Florida State, coming off of his injury. What'd you think about the Jets draft?
I think it was okay. I definitely think Miami had a better draft than the Jets did, and yet the grades have it flipped the other way around. I think Fashanu was a good pick. Like 11, I think he could be the best tackle from this draft in a few years' time. His footwork is insane. His pass protection is crazy, and the Jets might need him to play year 1. Not all the time. Tyron Smith is slated to start at left tackle, but the last time Tyron Smith made it through a full season, I think, was 2016. So the chances are Fashanu's going to be on the field at some point this season, and therefore it's a good pick, and it's good it's a good landing spot for him as well, and a great mentor to try and move him along quickly with Tyron Smith. Malachi Corley, I didn't like him as much as other people did, but his skill set does fit within that offense. So they didn't have a need necessarily at wide receiver with the moves they've already made. But Corley definitely brings a skill set that isn't necessarily there already, so it makes sense from we can add this guy to the mix, and it doesn't detract from anything else. Braylon Allen, I just don't think is a particularly useful running back. I think Isaiah Davis, who they got around later, is a better player and will make a bigger impact. Jordan Travis, similarly, I don't know has much to bring to the table. Quantez Stiggers is kind of interesting. I didn't see much of him, but what I did see looked quite impressive.
Yeah, some depth to the cornerback room.
We got his CFL grades?
We do, yeah. Go get him.
Yeah,
I'm a Fashanu fan. And so I look at, when we talk about Dallas later on the show and Tyler Guyton for the Cowboys, their first rounder, who I thought probably needed time to maybe sit and develop. We're talking about QBs sitting and developing. I think Guyton probably needs some development time. And I'm not saying Fashanu needs development time, but I think he certainly needs to improve in the run game. He's got one of the best pass blocking profiles we've ever seen at PFF. I think Fashanu has a chance to be a top 5 pass protector in the NFL. But you want the rest of his game to catch up. And I think as with Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses at both tackle spots, there's an opportunity for Fashanu to maybe sit. And, I'm sure he'll get in there at some point. Tyron Smith is unlikely to play all 17 games. They might be better off sitting Tyron Smith just a little bit if they want to make a playoff push. So I think they can ease Fashanu in, and I think it's a good fit. The one thing I will say about Fashanu is I don't think he's one of those tackles who starts at guard and then kicks out. I think he's a pure, I don't want to use the word finesse, but he's a pure pass block first type of tackle. Those guys don't work well.
Hit him with the finesse label.
It's not finesse.
Hit him with it.
No, because it's one of those, he works with Duke, and he's going to,
Did we talk about his hand size?
He's got small hands.
Not just small hands, but
that would be really bad if he was a running back. We know that.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's under 9, right?
It's
smaller than Pickett.
Implausibly small hands. So where is it?
Is there a chance that he?
Did he just not stretch his hand when they measured? You know what I mean? They
yeah.
Did he just put it out there like that and they measured it roughly?
Put your hands up again. What are you, a 7?
No, mine are comparable. They're in the same ballpark as I have ridiculously small hands, right?
That's what Fashanu's hands look
like. And I believe mine are in the area of Fashanu's.
Did he throw the test like C.J. Stroud did?
Fashanu's hands. So 6'6", 71st percentile, 312 pounds, 53rd percentile, arm length 34 inches, that's 57th percentile, hand size 8.5 inches, which is the first percentile. Kenny Pickett has bigger hands than Fashanu does.
Hurts with grip strength and everything, so it's an interesting one.
Yeah. On the other hand,
I don't want to say anything bad about Duke trains him, and he's probably got he's got the 700-pound trap bar deadlift and everything, and you're gonna say he's finesse.
from a
I'm
physics
just saying he's more of a pass blocker than a run blocker. We'll say that.
from a pure physics perspective,
That's
you know,
difficult.
pounds per square inch. Think how much impact his punch is making through those tiny little hands. You know.
Wow.
Anyway, Quantez Stiggers, CFL stats. What do we got here? 69 targets last season, gave up 49 catches, which is quite a large completion percentage. But
Because it's the CFL.
yes, coverage grade above 86, 5 interceptions, 8 forced incompletions.
Did he have a better coverage grade than Gary Peters?
Oh, no, I only, let's find out.
Gary has been balling in the CFL the last couple of years.
Gary Peters. No, he didn't, but it was close.
Gary Peters is legit.
Gary Peters over 90.
Thank you.
Stiggers.
Justified.
86.
For those who don't know, 2014 was the first year we had college grades. Gary Peters from Clemson, unbelievable grade. We had the grades. We didn't know what to do with them. So I pushed Gary Peters as a guy that the NFL should keep an eye on. Didn't get drafted.
Grabby Peters.
He grabbed a lot,
Yeah.
but he had a good coverage grade, and he's been very good in the CFL. It wasn't just because I missed on the evaluation, though. There were off-field concerns with Gary.
Grabby didn't give up a touchdown last year.
Yeah, he's awesome.
6 interceptions, 13 forced incompletions.
If I was being disingenuous, I would say the guy that I said could be a first-rounder in the NFL is balling in the CFL, and I'm justified.
Yeah.
But I would never do such things.
I wonder why he hasn't had a call.
Well, the off-field concerns might still be. Malachi Corley, just want to discuss him a little bit. He was a guy that, of all the receivers, people said, look, this is get the ball in his hands, yak-centric guy. There's not a lot of yak-centric receivers in this draft. That was the one thing that he does specifically well. And when we talk about the compliments to Mike Williams, to Garrett Wilson, to Alan Lazard, who's still on the roster right now, Corley brings something different, right? He's got running back type of skills, so he'll be your jet sweep guy, change of pace, underneath receiver to create after the catch. So as far as fit goes, I think Corley fits something that the Jets don't have much of.
Yeah, he's been comped a lot to Deebo Samuel, and while I think that's a hell of a stretch, even if you just tacked on the word light to the back end of that, that gives you an idea of what they should be doing with him within that offense, right? Deebo Samuel light. Let's just give him that kind of role and see what happens.
Anything else on the Jets?
Not really. I mean, I think so. Yeah, again, I don't think Braylon Allen has much to bring to the table, but he's a big, powerful back that is only 20 years old and has been jacked out of his mind since he was like 17. So, you can see what they like about it. I just don't think it's going to work.
Between him and Isaiah Davis, they double up, and I think one of those guys backing up Breece Hall
Yeah,
is going to happen.